Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Great Games. Today we're going to be talking about Sega Genesis games I enjoyed as a kid. In fact, I have my Sega Genesis right here from when I was a kid. This is my first ever video game system. This is what started it all and made me the loser I am today. It's good fun. A few games we're not going to talk about today just because I feel like I can't really add anything to the discussion of these great games. The Sonic the Hedgehog series. I feel like I wouldn't be able to add anything to it because, I mean, they're great and everyone knows they're great. So, and the first game we're going to talk about today is actually Shinobi III, Return of the Ninja Master. Let's take a look. Shinobi III, Return of the Ninja Master was released on August 22nd, 1993, and was the third Shinobi game released for the Sega Genesis. In this game, you take control of Joe Musashi, which, Ninja Master, you don't really think of Joe as the name of ninjas. There's not many ninjas that I know of named Joe. This might be the only one, and that's pretty awesome in my opinion. Hey, ninja guy, what's your name? Oh, my name's Joe. Okay, Joe, what's up? How's it going? You a ninja, alright? Sweet. As you can see, Joe's a pretty awesome guy. He's about to kill this guy with a drop kick. With all that armor, you'd think he'd be protected from a drop kick. I guess not. He uses his sword slash right there, which is a lot of fun to use. He has his throwing stars things. I think they're called shurikens or something. I don't pronounce that very well, so I don't know if that's the true name. Don't yell at me. Joe also has a really cool wall jump, as you can see here, which you can reach hard to reach areas with. There's a cool amount of variety in this game, too. As you can see, I'm kicking some ninja butt on top of my horse over here, which I don't know the name of the horse. It's probably Billy, since my name is Joe. I'm not too sure. There's also a really cool surfing level, too, which you get to kick some ninja butt on a cool motorized surfboard thing that I'm assuming his name is Billy as well, because if I'm a ninja and my name's Joe, everything else should be Billy. As you can see, the graphics in this game are incredible. This is one of the best looking games on the Genesis, in my opinion. As you can see, I just kicked some brain things. I don't know what those things are. They kind of freak me out. This always freaked me out as a kid, for sure. Just killing those things, because I didn't know what they were. The amount of detail that went in this game is pretty awesome. Like, who's that creepy guy in the background trying to kill me? I wonder. He's hideous. Who is that monstrosity? Oh god, it's the boss. Oh, what happened to you, buddy? Did you get into a bad acid burn? Like seriously, bro. What happened to your face? But seriously, this is one of the coolest looking bosses I've ever faced in any video game I've ever played. And the more you damage him, the more his color turns purple, and that's how you know he's about to die. Joey over here also has some pretty sweet ninjutsu attacks, like that one, which can make him invulnerable for a short period of time, amongst some other ones as well. Shinobi III, Return of the Ninja Master is a fantastic title for the Sega Genesis and one of my favorite Sega Genesis games as a kid and even now. I still play it constantly and I love it. And I think it's now on the Nintendo eShop for the 3DS. So pick it up, guys. It's awesome. Another one of my favorite Sega Genesis games from when I was a kid is Mortal Kombat. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I think everyone knows the concept of Mortal Kombat. You choose from 7 awesome fighters, as you can see here, and fight to the death. I'll never forget the first time going to my cousin's house and finding out about the blood code and then finding out about all the fatalities and what they do. Speaking of fatalities, ouch. Well, that's gotta hurt a little bit, I think. Talk about a headache. Ugh. I know it's kind of weird to say that I had fond memories of this violent game as a kid, but the graphics were a lot more cartoony and so was the violence and gore. Nowadays, with the newest Mortal Kombat, it's a lot more detailed and a lot more gross and a gore fest. I still love it, but I wouldn't be comfortable having my 5-year-old play it. The next game on my list is Konami's Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure. Released in 1993, you take control of Buster Bunny, who's on a mission to find and defeat Montana Max, who went and kidnapped Babs Bunny, no relation, and look for some hidden treasure, because who doesn't like some awesome treasure?
As you can see, it's pretty much a standard platformer that borrowed heavily from the likes of Sonic and Mario, two very good platformers to take things from. Now the jump in this game can be a little wonky, but I still had a lot of fun with this awesome platformer. It doesn't do anything super different than any other platformers, but being a huge fan of the Tiny Toon Adventures television show, I had to have it, and I love it. The graphics are nice and colorful, and the music is fantastic. It's typical Konami. Like the Sonic and Mario games, there are plenty of branching paths where you can take to find secrets and different kinds of items, as you can see here. This game, being based off a Warner Brothers cartoon, has some pretty funny slapstick moments, like tripping over a can and falling face first onto the ground, or running straight into a wall. If you collect 50 carrots, you receive a helper bonus, which will knock out all the enemies on the screen at once. Your main attacks are jump, but there's also a slide attack, which I unfortunately have never been able to pull off. Overall, this is a very fun and accessible platformer, and I highly recommend it to everyone. And for the next game on my list is, oh my god, a sports title. I know, a sports title. How dare I put a sports title on my favorite Genesis games as a kid? I have good reasons, though. Hockey was very important in my life in the mid to late 90s, and to play a game featuring some of my favorite players and teams was very appealing to me. I'm not going to spend too much time on this game because everyone knows hockey. Your goal is to hit the puck in the net, and there's passing, and there's hitting, and there's fighting. I don't know if there's fighting in this one. I never fought, but you can injure people, which is kind of fun. While capturing this footage, I found it pretty much impossible to score a goal, and I don't know why. Eventually, I did, though. Yeah, sure, it took me the entire game and then some in overtime, but hey, I still scored the goal and I won the game against the computer. Victory for me. And last but not least on our list, we have Rocket Knight Adventures by Konami. Rocket Knight Adventures is a side-scrolling platformer released in North America on August 5th, 1993. It was designed by the same man who did several entries in the Contra series like Alien Wars, Hard Corps, and Shattered Soldier. You take control of Sparkster, who's a knight with a rocket pack, who's also a possum, which is pretty awesome. Did not mean for that to happen, it just did though, so we're going to leave that in. Sparkster is armed with a jetpack, which can fly him over short distances, and he also has a sword which shoots out a short energy beam. Sparkster uses his jetpack to reach hard-to-reach areas for a short boost, and uses his tail to hang on tree branches. There are certain parts of the game where the game turns into a horizontal shooter, which is awesome and adds a little bit of variety to the game. There is also a fun but challenging minecart section of the game where you have to be really aware of your surroundings and be quick on your feet. The action at this part gets so frantic sometimes I lost track of what I was doing and I died quite a bit on this part, as you can see. Rocket Knight Adventures might be one of the most unique games I've ever played in my life. For example, right there, I had to go behind the water to hit those shadowy vines right there to hang by them to reach the next part of the level. Or this part right here where you can't see where you're going because the view is obstructed, so you need to use the reflection of the water to see if you can make the jump or not. The bosses in this game are all very unique and take very different methods to defeat them, like this train track driver right here. Or this crab guy right here, who's horrifyingly deformed. What happened, dude? What happened? There's also a giant metal piranha fish thing in lava for some reason. 'Cause why not? It's Rocket Knight Adventures. Who cares? These are just a few of the bosses in this game, but they all make you think and find different strategies to defeat them. Now this game was pretty challenging for me, especially as a kid. As a kid, I could barely get past the second level. As an adult, I got a little past the second level. I think I died on the fifth. So it's pretty fun. You'll get your money's worth with this game. You should buy it right now. Mainly because there's nothing else like it. So you should totally buy it. Do it.
Man, all 5 of those games brought me back. Now tell me in the comments what are some of your favorite Sega Genesis games from when you were a kid. This has been Matt from Great Games saying, hey, have a great day, and stay tuned for a new video coming next week. Thank you so much.